Hello there, and welcome back to the Two Grumpy Retro Gamers. You might notice a couple of differences here. We're in a new set. We're in the new set.
The new sets!
We're episode 20.
20 new sets!
20th anniversary of the Two Grumpy Retro Gamers. This week, we're going back to our faithful friend, the Sega Dreamcast. I think this is the third episode we've covered with this console, and we're taking a look at late bloomer, Rez.
Rez. Fantastic game.
Absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic. If you really like your games, no matter what kind of game it is, you've got your role-playing games, strategy games, doesn't matter. This is just completely different to all of them, I'd say.
Yeah.
All of them. I mean, this game always reminded me of Lawnmower Man.
Yes.
There's certain bits.
Yes. Yeah, I'm totally with you there.
Yeah. Obviously, it was very close considered as like Tron, the sort of Tron kind of game.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just out of this world. It's a one-of-a-kind game.
Absolutely. I think anybody that is even passively into games at all, retro games, modern games, needs to be trying out Rez. It's a timeless classic, and for a game that came out, 16 years ago. 16 years ago, it's absolutely fantastic still.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. There is nothing else quite like this. Now, you can draw your similarities to things like Child of Eden, which was published by Ubisoft, made by the same... made by the same creator. This was Tetsuya Mizoguchi, I believe
he's did better than me.
Yeah, I know.
He does the names. I
probably the Japanese names, certainly. So created there, also by United Games artists. This particular version on Dreamcast published by Sega, the PS2 version published by Sony. Now, what is quite interesting about Rez is that it's, as I touched on there, that it was a very late comer to the party for the Dreamcast. Now, the Japanese copy came out November the 22nd of 2001, sharing its launch day with the PS2 version in Japan.
Right.
The Dreamcast version in Europe came out in January of 2002. Now, the Dreamcast business had pretty much folded by this point. There were very few releases coming out at that point. You had NBA 2K2, Phantasy Star Online version 2. A little bit later in the year, you had some third-party games, Evil Twin, Cyprian's Chronicles, Heavy Metal Geomatrix, Cannon Spike, etc., etc. Freestyle Scuba. So you had a few games that came out teetering out in 2002, but this was one of the last first-party major titles for Dreamcast in Europe. Now, in America, they didn't get it at all.
They didn't.
It didn't come out at all on Dreamcast in America. No matter what Wikipedia tells you, it did not come out in America. We know this. But the PS2 version did, and that was in the, I think, January 22nd of 2002 that did, whereas in Europe, the PS2 version didn't come out until February, so Dreamcast had the drop on the PS2 version in Europe. So there you go, you've got your release order there.
Yeah, probably wondering why we were playing on it. It's so much better on the Dreamcast than it is PlayStation 2. I don't like the controls of the PS2.
No,
really don't.
No, and this is made for the Dreamcast.
Exactly.
It is. When you think of Dreamcast software, this is it.
Yeah, it fits so well, especially graphics-wise. I mean, it shows you what the Dreamcast can do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very similar to another game that came out on the Dreamcast, which was an arcade port, which was called Cosmic Smash, which actually takes the concept of virtual tennis, but makes it more sort of the aesthetic of Rez. And it's very rare. You don't see it very often on Dreamcast, but it's very much like this. And the sort of games that came out on the Dreamcast, it just suits it so well. PS2 is overshadowed really. Sold 100,000 copies on the PS2 by 2003. The sales figures of the Dreamcast version are unknown, but I presumably would put it under about 10,000 copies.
Yeah. But we all know why.
Yeah, Dreamcast business has gone.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I don't know. I mean, should we give it a shot?
Mate,
are you playing this or am I playing?
You can play it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been playing it lately.
Okay, playing it on our special edition Two Grumpy Retro Gamers Dreamcast console, which is this black and silver combination, which suits our new set actually quite nicely.
It does actually. Yeah,
fits in quite well. Right. Okay. So travelling mode is basically like where you can just play the game without really the fear of dying or anything like that.
That's right. Yeah.
Now we're actually going to play the main game itself because we haven't unlocked anything yet.
The other reason what makes it so unique, it's got no special effects or voice dialogue on this. It's purely on electric music.
Yeah, absolutely.
So literally everything you're doing is a beat to it. It's all drums and keyboards. It's just great.
Yeah, but it builds up to sort of a snazzy, snazzy music going on. It builds up the track as you're going along. You go into new layers, which are analysing the data from 10% to 100%. 100% being the completion of the level, which takes you to a boss battle at the end.
as you know, we are in 2017. They have made the release of a VR copy of Res.
Right, yeah.
Widely considered as the best VR game ever. And I reckon they'll hold its title for quite a long time, because you can literally tell why. Imagine if you're doing this with VR, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it would be absolutely amazing. Now, as you collect the blue orbs, they level you up.
Oh, right.
So you actually evolve your character. So you start as a wireframe, and then you build actually into a textured character, whilst avoiding any projectiles that might be coming your way.
That's right, yeah. It's literally target, shoot and destroy.
Yeah.
Otherwise you kind of collide into them, don't you?
Yeah.
Start losing your life.
Some of the more experienced players can actually keep a better beat on this than I can. But, you know, for the sake of the video, we're just going to try and clear as many enemies as possible.
That's right, yeah.
As we can see, changing directions, which United Game artists were also formed from Team Andromeda, which created Panzer Dragoon. Now, Panzer Dragoon also being the other famous on-rails shooter for the Sega consoles back in the day, the Saturn originally.
I think it's the same people that did the VR copy as well.
Yeah, I believe so. I think the rights were bought back for Res off Sega.
Yeah. Panzer Dragoon was really good though.
Panzer Dragoon was a very good game. Also Space Harrier it's got elements of as well, I feel.
A lot going on now.
There's a lot going on.
You ever completed this game?
Yeah, I completed it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you get a special zone at the end.
Yeah.
Which I think is 5 levels, and there's...
Yeah, if you're on any kind of medication, legal or non-legal, it's probably not playing this game.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I remember playing this quite late at night and...
Well, I mean, it's quite late now. And,
yeah.
You know, if you've got tired eyes, you know, weary eyes like us retro gamers have, then...
Keep the lights on when you play this as well, otherwise you probably have yourself your own little fix.
But make sure if you're playing the Dreamcast version, you have your Dreamcast Rumble Pack.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's sending a lot of feedback through the Dreamcast controller itself. I remember when I went into the game stores originally and asked them for Res, and they were like, Resident Evil? I was like, no, Res.
Resident Evil?
Yeah. No, I would have said Resident Evil if I wanted that. But I would like a copy of Resident Evil on the Dreamcast, so I bought that as well.
I'm right thinking that he changes shape when he gets hit or something, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, yeah. You level down or level up, depending. So basically you've got to try and keep yourself as evolved as possible.
Yeah.
Damn, I just missed one of the level things. Oh, there it is. Very similar to the front cover there. I mean, when you look at the front cover for Res, you just see a rare game, don't you?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I remember when I was working for the front game station branches, you never used to see this game come in.
Well, wait until I tell you the prices for this and that.
Right, okay. Hold on to my hat. I was wearing that. Skin cap. Okay, we're on the 8th part of the level now, and as you can see it's getting more and more busy, and the textures are actually adding in. I think we've evolved twice by this point.
You can't really deny it's got such a great beat to this.
It has.
And it keeps you going with the game, you know, and it starts putting your adrenaline up, you keep on doing it.
Absolutely. The PS2 copy has a USB trance vibrator, I think it's called.
Right.
Now it is as lewd as it sounds, it could be used as a device of pleasurable and questionable motive. However, it really adds to the game because it's got haptic feedback in it. The 360 copy of the game actually emulated this by you using 3 controllers to do the vibration part of the game.
Oh right.
Yeah, you send the feedback through to the controller.
That's pretty cool.
So although the Dreamcast version isn't the one that's packed with the most features, it's definitely the best version of the 128-bit game anyway. Slightly smoother textures than the PS2 copy.
You're doing pretty well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing alright, thanks man.
Keeps going on.
We've evolved, look.
Nice.
It's become almost like the T1000. Right, so we're coming up to a boss battle now. It's going to access some data in the grid that we're on.
I mean, I wouldn't really consider this weird. It's just trying to be really futuristic, isn't it?
Yeah, which it really achieves.
Yeah.
There's nothing like this game. The boss battles are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the graphics on that.
Especially something that was 16 years ago.
Yeah. Which the Dreamcast version holds the copyright date of 2001 for the UK version, which I think was a bit sloppy on Sega's behalf because it did actually come out in 2002.
Yeah. So as you can hear, as he's hitting so many things, the beat's just really, really going.
Yeah.
So he's missing some, so the beat slows down because he's not really doing anything.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. Meanwhile, look at those missiles that are probably heading my way as I'm going past here.
Did they ever do an arcade version of this?
No arcade version of this, no.
So weird.
Yeah.
You think there'd be an arcade?
Yeah, with Sega's heritage, you would expect there to be, but Sega really sort of slimming down even on the arcade business by then.
What I'd like to see is like 10 here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was certainly caught enough attention, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so as you can see, it gets more and more extravagant as we're going on, and it's constantly evolving, as we've covered there. Oh, gotta be very careful that the projectiles don't hit you. Okay. Just amazing, isn't it?
Oh, so good, so good.
Oh! Whoa! Just got hit right, projectile. These all fly off the main boss, you've got to be very careful as it gets closer and closer to you. Naturally, the projectile's going to get closer and closer to you as well.
That's right, I mean, there's so many colours going on, sometimes it's hard to know where they go off to, because there's just so much going on.
Absolutely.
But I think Ford was doing really well with this. He's seeing it, he's shooting it.
There we go.
Nice.
That's it done. Amazing sort of virtual reality playground you've got here. And then you have the occasional gobbledygook and code that comes up on the side there.
That's right, yeah.
100% could be at that level. Shot down 96% of the enemies. Kind of all. Didn't get all the items. Run T1000. Right, this main grid. Eventually you get to the point where the main protagonist of the game is revealed, and that's who you have to fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very good.
Yeah. So I mean, if I just take us into level 2 and then we can talk about the game itself.
Okay.
Before I get too far. I like the fact that you've got log out as an option, like you're in the computer system.
Yeah.
Log out. Which is cool. Right, so the Dreamcast version of this game was shown at a 2012 exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum.
Yeah, that's right.
Video
Yeah,
game hall, so it's quite a feat, really. I don't know whether they use a PAL copy or they use a Japanese copy. I'd assume Japanese.
Japanese, I would say.
Standard 50 to 60 Hz option with the Dreamcast version as well. I believe the PS2 version also has this option, but it seemed far easier on Dreamcast to select 60 Hz. The PS2, I seem to remember, was
always
struggled weird with it.
Yeah, I remember Blood Money used to be like that as well.
Yeah, a bit weird. As we covered there, that Sega published the Dreamcast version, Sony published the PS2 versions. That's because the main developer of the game actually took to one of the gaming conventions to show this game properly, because there was unrest at Sega at the time, whether the game was actually going to get published or not, or whether they're going to have to strike further afield to get it published.
Yeah.
So it wasn't in the deal with Acclaim's published games for PS2, it was Sony picked up themselves, along with things like Headhunter and Echo Dolphin as well. Yeah. So this had a couple of code names. One of them was K Project, I think one of them was Vibe, and the other one I've got written here as Project Eden.
Yeah, I was about to say that, yeah.
Project Eden, yeah. The K Project beta was actually found and leaked online for the Dreamcast. So it's a slightly different arrangement of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's leaked a few years back. It was on a development kit, which was pretty cool, I suppose.
Yeah.
Giving you a chance to play the game and seeing the differences between what the retail release was and what the actual beta copy had in store.
Yeah.
Which is, I think it's very cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
definitely.
Yeah. I think they chose the name Res because it's short for Resolve.
Ah.
Yeah, which originally I thought it was because high res is in resolution.
Yeah, I would have
But
thought
yeah, no, it's not. It's Resolve.
that. Oh, right.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So as you touched on there, you had the Res Infinite, which came out on the PlayStation VR. That was October 2016.
Oh, what was this year?
No, last year. It was late last year.
Right, okay.
And you had Res HD, which released on Xbox Live Arcade.
That's really cool. Should we talk about prices then?
Okay, yeah. What have you got for me?
Right. We'll start with the PS2 version.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. PS2 version, as Forbes said, is quite easy to find. The amount of copies they sell, so you're looking at about £5 to £10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crikey.
Okay. So if you're that desperate just to see how it goes on any console, I recommend that. However, if you want to get the Dreamcast version, looking at about £90 to £100 and plus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that for a PAL copy or a Japanese copy?
Both. Oh no, the Japanese copy, and I do apologise, is about £50.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Still pretty expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for the new version.
Crikey. See, now I remember buying this game when it first came out, back in January 2002, and it cost me $29.99. Yeah, that's the copy.
Quite an investment, I would say.
Indeed. It would certainly seem so. It seems to be playing absolutely fine today.
Yeah, it's still beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely
okay,
fantastic.
Right, so as we are with Game Chat, we also review. Shall we review this game?
Yeah, okay. Right. So, it's gamer talk straight down the line. Just rip my page. Right. Graphically, how do we feel this is held up?
10.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 10 as well. I can't really fault its graphics still. It's pretty darn perfect. Music? I'll say 10. That's what it's about, really. Without the music, it's just silence. Yeah, so 10. Overall gameplay?
I really enjoy it. I'd say 10.
Yeah. 10, mate, 10.
10. How do you find the controls on this?
10.
10?
Yeah. So simple and easy, it's 10.
Wow. I wonder what the overall total is.
Well, I need my Carol Vorderman brain right about now. I need the abacus. But I've got 10s across the board from both of us.
This is the first.
Yeah, the first 10 rated game in the new studio.
Yeah, of all the fantastic games we've been playing, how is this a 10?
I know. Tell me about it.
Because it's just perfectly made the way it's meant to be.
Yeah, it's simple, it's fun, it's just a fantastic game. And it's well worth seeking out and playing. The Dreamcast copy, the PS2 copy, Xbox Live Arcade copy, the PlayStation VR copy. Just seek it out on whatever you do. Just grab it, cherish it. It's an absolutely fantastic game, and probably, I would say, up there as one of my favourite games of all the time.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's such a unique game.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
I did mention Normal Man before. I'm thinking about playing that then.
Yeah, on the Mega Drive.
Yeah,
absolutely. The shooting sections.
Yeah, exactly.
The little P.S. Brosnan like side-scrolling bits. Where he dies and goes, so this was reviewed by Edge back in 2001, who gave it 9 out of 10. Famitsu magazine gave the Dreamcast version 31 out of 40. Gave the PS2 version 32 out of 40. Whatever. Alright, well they know.
Probably because he couldn't get the Dreamcast for a copy. He only had the
Probably what it
PlayStation.
is, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, so it's part of the show everyone looks forward to, I should imagine now. It's going to be the shout-outs.
It's the shout-outs!
It's the shout-outs to you at home.
Sorry for you YouTubers. Of course, we've got Mikey Hay. Always remember Mikey Hay, don't we?
We remember Mikey.
Yes.
He remembers us. Right,
With respect. Definitely check him out, share his page, subscribe, do what you need to do, just like it.
Yeah.
Last Moment Victory, for your just usual gaming, fantastic. Lacast Boys, I mean, only just getting into it, but I'm enjoying it so far, you? Okay.
Dusty Joypad. Gamer Geek World as well. Those guys.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. They're tuning in and leaving comments on our stuff, which is brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Ben Thompson I'd like to give a shout out to as well.
Yeah.
Who would like to feature on our future episodes. He's been giving us a bit of feedback recently, coming up with ideas, spitballing some bits and pieces for us to look at.
Okay.
We're listening to what you're saying, Ben, and we'd like to get you on board. Definitely get you playing Toe Jam and L, mate.
We have got future projects, so we'll definitely keep you in mind for them.
Yeah, it's just a start. We've got the new studio, so we're looking to expand on the ideas that we've got. You can follow us on Twitter as well, see what our activities are day to day.
At Michael Angerbeer.
At Force London. And also you can follow us on Facebook as well, like our page, Not Being Funny Productions at NYC Films Entertainment.
Yeah.
Simple, really.
You might as well like it because that's the best way to get the source of these shows, right?
Yeah, see what's going on
and
with us.
YouTube as well.
Yeah. So where are we going with episode 21?
21, you say? Should we take it back again, or...?
God knows. I just don't know where we are. I feel that the PlayStation 2 is probably missing out on a bit of love, but...
Yeah.
Or the original Xbox.
There's so many games to cover, so many.
There is.
You know what, we're going to have to think through it. Plenty of games to look at.
Yeah,
Jesus.
loads. I mean, off camera we've got, the whole archive here, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You'll be able to catch us next week. We'll be here invariably.
We'll be here chat games and stuff. Thanks to the fantastic black and silver Dreamcast made by Forbes London.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been fighting in the data zone, Force London.
I've been buzzing my things off. Mike playing a bit.
Catch your next game.
See you next game.